Go.
Hi, my name is Miles Jones, and today I'll be discussing and talking with you about my endangered site. The particular site that I selected today was Pierce Chapel African Cemetery. This cemetery is located in Harris County, Georgia, in the Midlands. And for this site in particular, before I get in details with the background of it, this site actually has up to 500 enslaved Africans that are buried there, and they also have African descendants as well. I learned throughout my research about how they were able to use different practices, cultural practices in particular, from West Africans when it came to how they buried the people there. So one of the main questions that was asked was, why is it important? This is a small community that cares a lot about their history, and they were able to do that in a way and honor them in a way to where people were allowed to remember them. This site has to do with people that are close to the current people that are living there, which is African descent, as I mentioned earlier. This site also is all about preserving. The people in that community want to preserve. And in terms of a foundation, as part of this, there's a foundation called the Hamilton Hood Foundation, where it's, again, descendants from those Africans, from those enslaved Africans, excuse me, to where they want to be able to preserve. Unfortunately, this site was destroyed by fallen power lines, by downed trees, to where the bodies of the enslaved Africans were exposed out, in which nobody wanted to see them. So they thought it would be ideal to create this foundation to help fix that. Now, in terms of going to the details about the value, this site brings value. People are able to connect, people are able to understand, people are able to learn from this. They're learning the history, they're learning how the lifestyle was back then for these enslaved Africans. In terms of this foundation, as I explained earlier, which is called the Hamilton Hood Foundation, they also are in words of repairing that area that was destroyed, which is the cemetery, the endangered site that I was talking about. They wanted to make sure that people were able to still get that feeling of history. Another thing that I want to discuss about is like the archaeological site and why that's important as well. Many of the headstones as well as the graves were destroyed, and being able to repair those and fix those is a big must in the community, to where they actually got volunteers from people there to help them with that too. This story was also covered in the news as well, to where it was a big problem, as this site meant a lot to a lot of people. Now, in terms of things that I would like to make a plan for this, in order to get people to get more involved in the site as it is, and earlier during class, we talked about preservation and preserving, and protecting and preserving, and preserving things like that is very important, especially history like that, as it is a way that will live on through others, which is very important. We see this when it comes to Pauli Murray's home, as we were able to look at the website and understand more about her history as well, and trying to find out ways how we can really get it out to the general public. Another thing that we looked through at was one of the 3D virtual tours that we did, and watched a video regarding that, to where it was able to get others involved. So I feel like developing virtual simulator or virtual tours of the gravesite, to where people are allowed to interact and engage and learn who is actually there, is very important. Another thing that's important to me is the community engagement. Community engagement is very key, because in order to get things done, in order to work together, in order to develop new things in terms of cleaning more of the product, or cleaning more of what happened at the endangered site, can maintain the history that's there. Another thing in terms of that could contribute towards making things much better also is would be community workshops. Having these community workshops develop plans in terms of items, in terms of what to use, objects that represents how or what these enslaved Africans used back in the day, would also be another engagement and fun experience for a community. And also teaching these type of things in school, especially in that community, will be very helpful as well. I believe for me to be an important asset, I can spread this information through online. I mean, being able to also avoid any future problems, having that spread information and trying to get more people involved will become a way to where this historic site will not be endangered no more. Well, thank you.